All right, we are back, and it is it's nearing midnight here on Friday night, day 3 of San Diego Comic Con 2019. Checking back in, keeping it up 3 days in a row to do kind of a wrap up of the day and just some observations. So, our goal for the day was to hit the floor early and do some running around. Carmel was going to break away and focus in on Hallmark to get that Trek ornament we were hunting. And I was going to just try and bounce around and see what sort of swag opportunities I could find, signing opportunities, there was a few things that had an interest in at Mattel and Dark Horse, and I was just going to bounce around. Unfortunately, the floor opened late for San Diego Comic Con. Normally the floor is opening up about 9 a.m. We were still at a standstill about 9:20 a.m. Up above Hall H there, the Hall G entrance. And so we waited. They let us in around that time. And unfortunately, then they let the lobby in right at 9:30. So really, by the time we got through the masses up top, the people from the lobby were hitting at the exact same time. So that normal half hour of kind of free run, or not free run, but just a good time to kind of look around and find things, was basically closed instantly, which was unfortunate. Ran into a bunch of roadblocks where it was just like the Mattel signing line was really long. The Dark Horse signing line was out of what I was interested in. Jada, the Batmobile, was gone, just so on and so forth. Just a lot of kind of dead ends there. But did manage to make it into Funimation. Picked up finally the 2 fake pins, which I think we've talked a little bit about here and probably the podcast, but just really very interested in fake pin. I don't know, we'll see where it all goes, but there's something about them that I just find kind of interesting. The acrylic cases, they just make for really nice display pieces. Carmel was able to pick up the Trek ornament, so we got our Hallmark taken care of there. Because there were so many dead ends in terms of swag and all of that and stuff, so we kind of turned our attention for a good chunk of the day to focusing in on some creators, getting them to sign some books, meeting them, things like that. Was very happy to finally, and I'm embarrassed to say that it's been all these years that we've had the opportunity to get Stan Sakai to sign something, but we finally took advantage of that, went by, and got to meet him, got him to sign some books, which was really nice. Also, Tom Taylor was here. I believe he's from Australia, if I recall, and somebody I really love his work with Wolverine and Logan and Injustice for sure, now Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, etc. It was really cool to be able to meet him. Super nice guy. We went ahead and picked up Injustice 2 Volume 4, and he gave us his as he called it, his bad Batman. So a little quick sketch there, and then picked up one of the variants of Deceased #1. Also met Jeff Lemire, as well as Michael Walsh, the artist on the new Black Hammer Justice League. We got a free poster with them both signing it, which was really cool. A nice kind of free swag opportunity to get that big poster, or not big poster, but the poster, we can hang that up or print. And then also got them to sign a few books as well and meet them. Real big fans of their work. Lemire actually sketched in a trade that we picked up at Black Hammer, which was really nice. Picked up Umbrella Academy. They had Stranger Things the other day, but Dark Horse is always really good about giving out bags, so I picked up a couple of those to do with giveaways and stuff like that. Picked up another Attack on Titan. Nothing big there. In terms of freebies, we found the Veronica Mars little booth outside after they announced it was coming back, streaming live on Hulu there, and so picked up some sunblock there. Again, something where they asked you to post something about worth the wait and an Instagram post, and then you got that. The Artifacts cards, again, I think we talked about that on another day of the video, so some nice things there. We had a very good friend take care of us with the DC Universe. We were unable to get in there. We are DC Universe members, but we were at a showing of Spider-Man Far From Home when the brunch went up, and so he was able to go to it and get this awesome print for us, signed by Jim Lee. So that is definitely going somewhere very special when we get back to the house. Very, very appreciative of that. We were able, now this was kind of a surprise, and so this is why we've said it, I'm pretty sure, on the podcast, but make sure to check that portal if you're watching this in 2020. Make sure after you put in your preferences and you get back the results for the Comic-Con portal for exclusives and signings, make sure to check back, because I guess people, some people decline or whatever, but long story short, when we first checked my portal, it did not have Funko in it. And then at some point, I don't know if it was really recent, I don't know if it was a couple days after I originally checked, but all I know is we were talking, like, hey, we better check it again. And all of a sudden, a day or so ago, Funko popped up for noon today, and it was pretty awesome because everything was in stock except the Sith Trooper. And so I was maybe about 80 people back in line. I got there about 11:30 for the 12 o'clock slot. They started letting people in about 11:50, but they let me line up right away, and was able to get a few that I really like quite a bit. Particularly, I know it's not as rare. It's not going to be a big, big trade value or people wanting it too much. But Astronaut Snoopy and Man Thing, I really love those two. But all of them are great. There's a couple others that we picked up that we already used for trades. There's a couple that we owed. Because, again, working with a lot of people over the years, trying to help each other. Sometimes if they're just into something, you help them out and get them taken care of. And in that same vein, again, big help to us, similar to in the vein of that Jim Lee print, is this year we were blocked out for Fun Days. We tried, didn't get in. It was the first time, I think, in 3 or 4 years that we weren't able to get tickets, but a friend secured a ticket and was able to go as his +1. So I was there, able to pick up their kind of tiki themed ones. We got our box here. There's got 3 more pops in there, the Golden Idol Freddy, a prototype, and some other fun little kind of knickknacks and things like that. There's so many people that end up fighting for that spot, so I don't know that there's much to say about Fun Days at this point, because it's a really popular event. For me, because I particularly like the Freddys and the Add Icons series, it's really a great event to me. I mean, it's fun also, just the food and the games and all that sort of stuff. The randomness of the prizes. Mark Hamill showed up this time, which was really cool. So it's a lot of fun. It is a major battle to get in. The tickets themselves end up being around $160, so it's not, it's not cheap, and it's not easy to get in by any means. But it is a lot of fun for a Friday night if you're able to make it in. And so it's really grateful to be helped out there. And this does go back to a lot of, when we talked about the tips coming into Comic-Con, is just how much I know I've changed over the years of really, fortunately, making a lot of friends, but also now really feeling like you kind of need to make those social networks to help each other out. And so in this case, my day was made a whole lot better by, people looking out for me and really trying to help me out with a couple things that mean a lot. It was made a lot better by having a sincere interest in comics and kind of the core of Comic-Con, and being able to have some really cool conversations with these creators that just made the day great, even though the door kind of got slammed in the morning on some of the things that I wanted to accomplish for the day. And then there was obviously the luck of the draw when it comes to Funko. And so, the networking, the luck, the interest in things, it all kind of combined for a really good day, even though it didn't start out super great. So very happy with how things turned out, and excited to go into day 4. Getting up early tomorrow, back at it Saturday. Most of our day tomorrow is going to be spent with off-sites, and then I have a ticket for the Batwoman signing. So yeah, should be some fun stuff there. Carmel's going to be going to Conan, so should be able to pick up that pop there. So we will be back tomorrow night, hopefully, as long as we can find the time and the energy to do another wrap-up for Saturday night. And then I guess Sunday night we'll do kind of our grand wrap-up and just kind of thoughts on the con for the year. So with that, we'll wrap up for this Friday night. Until next time, we'll see you at Comic-Con.